It's going down. It's going down. It's going on the Tiddy Pow Wow. It's going down. It's going down. It's going down on the Tiddy Pow Wow. It's going down. It's going. It's going down. It's going. It's going down on the Tiddy Pow Wow.
Y'all, we're back with the Tiddy Pow Wow. It's your girl, Bernica Joan, along with the beautiful Quisha Denise.
What's up, Bernica Joan? The
We're
rest
back.
of the world?
I know.
We missed a week.
I know.
Sorry, guys.
We had to take a little hiatus, but
Just a little bit.
yeah.
Self care is the best care.
Exactly. Yeah, but we're back and we're here today to talk about something that is very needed and that is so important among society today. Dealing with like beauty and the standards of beauty and the way that the world looks at what is beautiful or what is aesthetically pleasing to certain people.
Yeah. And so we're here to talk about decisions as far as on the outside because they feel away and not knowing that sometimes the changes that need to be made are an inside job.
Yeah. And what you saying inside job, the title of this is not with Sonia, it's with Senya, came from T.I. And y'all know I love me some T.I. He's such a radical, like, me. I feel like
like T.I. I like T.I. Sometimes I just feel like he just hops on whatever's hot all the time. So that's the part of me that gets a little turned off by it.
Yeah, but I also feel like he is one of those that's not afraid to speak up to. Like he's not afraid to lose endorsements or to, maybe not, whatever.
Well, maybe he feels like he has to hop on one because nobody else is hopping on one.
And that's one thing. He got balls. He, he's a lot more outspoken in voices, how he feels like, I guess he says like the voice of the culture because not, too many people, celebrities who, say or do some of the things that he does. I mean, he actually stands out there with people when they're protesting. So
yeah, a lot of people don't want to lose their money.
Exactly. And I get it, but he don't care about none of that because he's like, I'm going to get it anyway. So he's a real one for that. But him saying it's not with Sonya, it's with Senya, I guess had to do with the whole Gucci boycott. But I felt it would be fitting for the title of this because it has to do with, beauty and people feel like, you need stuff to make you beautiful and really you're enough on your own.
Right. And just where does your standards of beauty come from? When did you first look in the mirror and decided, oh, my lips are too small or my butt's not big enough or, I'm not built up cute or whatever. Where did that come from? And a lot of times I think that comes from outward opinions. And so people, they do a lot to themselves to try to please other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even when you think about it, I watched this little show. I guess it's a new show, Married to Medicine. It's the LA edition. But they actually talked about that because one of the girls in there had like a Barbie doll theme. I just thought about this, but she had like a Barbie doll themed party. Mm-hmm. And she was like, everybody come dressed as like your favorite doll. And so some of the women were like grown and they were just like, I don't understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? Dressed as a doll. Like, well, but they ended up getting on the topic of the discussion of dolls and how dolls have been, I guess, the model for what a woman looks like. Mm-hmm. And so little girls kind of grow up with this idea of, I want to be perfect like a doll. And so they feel like if they don't look that way, or maybe they're a little overweight, or if their hair's not long, or their hair's not blonde, or their eyes aren't blue, then they don't conform to what beauty is, Right. And a lot of the times that causes them to have, insecurities about their own features and their own looks.
Yeah, and I think it has been displayed in hip hop too. Like when you look at Lil Kim and even Nicki Minaj, some of them, they wanted to refer to themselves as looking like Barbie dolls. Mm-hmm. And so, and I feel like when I was growing up, I didn't have a lot of black Barbie dolls. But not only that Barbie dolls ain't ever had no type of shape.
Right. That used to be, and that just shows how things have changed because that used to be like skinny, straight up and down. The standard. You know what I'm saying? What was good when people had hips and a big butt. Big butts didn't used to be glorified. Like big butts have only been glorified probably within the past 20 years. I feel like they got
glorified when J-Lo came along with a big butt.
Exactly.
Because she was just light enough not to be considered like black for real to society. I do believe she's a person of color, but she's not considered black. And then even lips, like having big lips and full lips, that didn't really come into style like in American society until probably Angelina Jolie. Yeah. So but big lips, big hips, big butts been around for a long time.
Natural. No cosmetically enhanced.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Just there.
Exactly. So, and that's just something, I think having growing up, I didn't really understand it then, but now as I reflect back, like certain insecurities that I had, and I had no reason to be insecure.
What do you think your biggest insecurity was growing up as far as your physical?
My physical growing up, probably, I don't know, maybe my teeth. Like I have spaces in between my teeth, so that was probably my eyebrows because they was real thick and they connected. So
right now it's hot to have thick eyebrows.
Right, not a unibrow. I still had to get rid of that. But my big. Now you know what? My mustache. Girl, my mustache. Now think about it. I was like, wait a minute, girl, what are you talking about? That stash is what did it.
Stash.
Oh my God, the stash used to get so many jokes, but I mean, I really don't care. I mean, it's like once I got grown. It's funny that we talking about that because I go to a quick little story. I mean, I always as a kid had an issue with my mustache. Like, of course, elementary school, middle school, people joking on me, all that. But like once I got grown and like, oh, you got a mustache. You know what they say about girls get mustaches,
Oh, what do they say? What do they say? Monica Joe, what do they say?
I'm not gonna say.
Okay. I feel like they say that anytime somebody got some hair where it ain't supposed to be on. They be like, them girls, they got the chin hairs.
Right.
They got whatever you said you was gonna say.
Whatever
what they say.
Yeah. Ask somebody. Ask your mama.
Ask your mama.
She might be able to tell you. But like, so I really didn't care about it, But then I remember like, even like when I got into makeup, I think with makeup, it's such a big image thing. And it was when I went to Atlanta and was gonna work at a cosmetic store there. One of the managers, and she was a woman, which was funny to me, Black woman, but she liked me, I was a good worker. She liked how I was with the customers, all this and that, but they had like a full-time position that she didn't hire me for. And I didn't understand why. And so one of the other managers, he was like an assistant manager. He was my homie. We were working one night and it was late and I like saying something. I just couldn't believe who she hired for that position. Like when I figured out, and I hate to say it, but it was a guy. And he just was not someone. Now he may have been a great salesperson for them because she had worked with him for a while. But when it came to, somebody, I felt like that she would want to be there full time as a Black woman. I felt like she would want to have maybe another Black woman, what I'm saying? And he was a white guy and it's okay. Cause it's really like no favoritism, no, prejudice, but I just felt like, dang, in that moment, like, dang, why, she want me to, so come to find out the guy who was the other manager when I worked with him that night, he told me that it was my mustache. Girl. He told me that my mustache was the issue. That basically, she made a comment to him that she don't want nobody there 30 hours a week with a mustache that had people think that this was
do you like
that. But I mean that made me feel like she was like, well, she didn't want anybody there, I guess 30 hours a week. That made it like okay. People, I guess customers would see me and make them feel like it's okay to have a mustache. And it was so weird, because Atlanta's like so image, that's like top priority for them over anything is what their image looks like. And so to her, it was just like, I don't want anybody working here with a mustache, 30 hours a week, full time. Yeah. But had she had a conversation with me, she would have known that, I don't care about a mustache. I've shaved it, I've waxed it, I've bleached it. My mustache is like my accessory, like my eyebrows. Like I bleached my eyebrows. Like there's nothing, like it didn't matter to me. If it was an issue, I could have waxed my mustache out. But of course she wouldn't have said anything because that's like discrimination. You know what I'm saying? But when he told me that, I just laughed because I was so secure with my mustache at that point where I was just like, okay, if I keep it, if I go, I'm still a doll either way. And I'm still going to sell your makeup. So it shouldn't make a difference. But I understand the cultural differences, you know what I'm saying, versus Atlanta and versus here. Here, nobody thinks nothing about a mustache because everybody and their man gets a mustache and a goatee. No, I'm just saying.
She said that.
But go to your granny right now. She probably got a mustache or some hairs on her
I'm
chin.
not paying attention like that.
I mean, I'm just saying it's something because here in Kentucky we're a lot more laid back.
Yeah, Atlanta, the culture is different.
The culture's
period.
different. It's way different. It
almost seems like it's Neverland. Like people don't even want to get old or grow old or grow up.
Well, and also people are not gonna ever see you catch them slipping. They not gonna even be in Kroger or the Publix or the Walmart without their lace front on. You know what I'm saying? Or without their lashes on or they makeup on.
I could not. I just don't think I would be comfortable living somewhere like that because some days I just don't care to look a certain way.
But you would be comfortable living there because the culture kind of has changed even since I went there. Like especially now that natural hair has really come into play.
Yeah.
That girls are a lot more natural.
Because a lot of people from different areas too have relocated to Atlanta too.
So it's definitely a melting pot, and people are very authentic. But some people are more authentic, I guess, or have chosen to embrace their natural, ness about them because that's kind of the move right now. But, back was that 4 or 5 years ago when I was there, that wasn't, so much the case. It's more now, but it wasn't then. So, but it was just a joke.
My insecurities were with myself growing up, as far as I think for a long time, it was my lips because they're so small. Like people always like, you got white people lips, and I see a little jokes. And my mother has really small lips, so she always be like, don't try to make them feel like it because they got them big old African soup cool type thing. Like she always would give me jokes to say like, don't let nobody make you feel no type of way. And then I think and as a teenager, I might have had like 5 stretch marks on each hip that just killed me.
Girl,
I would kill. To have 5 stretch marks on each hip at this point.
Girl, I promise.
Cause Lord.
But that's the thing, like you really don't even realize, like I saw somebody share today, like and I've seen it a couple times. It's so funny. It was like, I wish I was fat now, like when I thought I was fat back then. And it's so true because I look back at pictures and I'll just be like, oh my God, I thought I was so fat back then and I would die for that weight in that body.
And that's probably the more recent, the current insecurity, you know what I'm saying, is weight. Cause I think for me, even with weight, plus I used to always have all the fat jokes too. And that's why I feel like, and the teeth jokes, because now I have a gap in the bottom of my teeth that it is in an odd space. It's not even in the middle. But when I was younger, those were the primary things that I would have to say. If I was into it with somebody or whatever, I'm checking for their weight and their teeth. And now I'm like checking for my own weight in my teeth. Like, dang, boy, you can't talk about people.
You can't.
But that's the part that probably the weight is the biggest thing. It's because it's like it takes so long. And so I understand people wanting to get cosmetic surgery. It's just not something that I think that I would do. Because I feel like you can just get in the gym and get it.
Yeah. I mean,
it take a little longer, but going under the knife unnecessarily is,
Well, this is a world that is very instant. They want instant gratification. They want instant results, with less minimal work, so.
But I think that's what I like about it is putting in the work, like when I get the time.
Yeah.
But it's just me not balancing life enough to do it the way I want to. And maybe it's it too. Like a lot of women are working and have children and trying to throw an hour in the gym, 5 days a week is challenging.
Yeah, especially depending on what your
schedule's
like. I do good
to get there 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I need to be there 7. So
well, my mental, I mean physical, of course, but more for the mental too. Like when I haven't been in 2-3 days, I'm just like, okay, what's going on? Like I need to go release this, this right on that treadmill or that. Speaking of cosmetic surgery, I said that there were 175 million cosmetic surgical procedures in 2017. It was up 2% from 2016, and since the year 2000, cosmetic procedures have increased by 200%. So people are running to Dr. Miami more than ever.
The cost has gone down a little bit than it used to be, of course. And so, I mean, anytime you're making something affordable, now people can get their body done with their taxes
or payment plans. You can pay on it every month.
Yes, so you got some good credit.
Hey, Get that Kirk credit.
Yeah.
Get you.
But I guess in my mind it's just like I've had surgery before. Like I've had surgery on my arm. I was literally in the hospital for 6 days. Um, and I have a scar on my arm from where I broke my arm in like 3 places. And I remember that being an insecurity of mine too as an adult, like feeling like I have to keep this scar covered up because I hate it. And but I had an opportunity to get cosmetic surgery, not cosmetic surgery, but get procedures done to reduce the appearance of it. And they wanted to stick a needle in my scar while it was fresh. And I was like, no. But I didn't know that it would heal. Maybe I would have, did it if I known it was going to heal the way it did. Um, but just the way you feel about all those different flaws on your body, you know what I mean? And we only got this body for so long, but it's like we trying to preserve it in its perfect. I think it's perfection. If you think about what's that? Beyonce has that song "Pretty Hurts," and she said perfection is a disease of a nation when it's the soul that needs the surgery.
Exactly.
And that's really what it is, because when you learn to get comfortable with yourself, which I'm still learning, but I love seeing people who are just totally comfortable in themselves and just don't really care about, I mean, not don't care how they look, but when they just don't
care what people think,
don't care about what people think.
Yeah,
and that's what it is.
And they just embrace whatever it is, and they really love themselves. And I was thinking about, like, even with social media, like that's one thing, social media can be such like a double-edged sword. And that's one thing, like it can really like put people out there, like all these, city girls and all these, the Cardi B's and the Nicki Minaj's and the look like people that have gotten their body done. And
the Kardashians.
Like
I mean, that's what I think. That's what bridged the gap in between culturally about getting body work done.
Yeah.
Because they kind of made it cool to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then they like Jennifer Lopez, they on the cusp of the color end where they not really considered white, but they're not considered, I don't know. They are what?
The
Armenian, yeah. So it's like they in the that gray area as far as how people see them culturally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, but still looking at them, you know what I'm saying?
But looking at them, they have gotten work done to get more primarily African American features.
Yeah.
Hips, butt, lips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But even like with that, like social media, like it's like a double-edged sword, because it can, like I say, it's the people on there that you see that people want to aspire to, the level of perfection, all this and that. And then on the other side, I feel like there are so many like brands now, and even just people who have started promoting themselves, the Black girl magic, and just embracing their natural everything and really showcasing it, has, I felt like, become such an empowerment among women to like embrace your roles, embrace your stretch marks, embrace your natural hair, embrace your scars. That's one thing I remember with a dude when I was a high school girl. He had a scar on the top of his lip, and I thought that was the sexiest thing about him. I thought he was so raw with that scar, but he wasn't really. You wouldn't look at him and be like, oh, he's cute. But that scar to me made him cute.
Because it was a characteristic that somebody else didn't have.
Exactly. And with his whole little swag and everything. So it's just like, what might be, might have been an insecurity to him, to me, is what kind of made him him catch my eye.
Yeah.
So
just like when people are about gaps and stuff, like, even though, like I said, I had the teeth jokes when I was younger, but I never cared about gaps because I think they usually fit the people whose face they're on,
I just think about when Martin said to Pam, you need to have a sign in your mouth, 1 mile next tooth.
Hey, he had hot ones for her all day.
Hey, do you hear me?
Hot ones.
And I still cry laughing.
Kill him out, though. She'll kill him out.
I still cry laughing thinking about that. But there was a quote, thinking about what you said. There was a quote that said, that I saw, and it said, "You don't know how beautiful you are to a stranger."
Right.
And I love that quote so much, because you don't know. And one thing when I worked at Mac was such a eye opener for me, because, just, as a kid growing up, like you do get, engraved with what you think is beautiful or what's not beautiful, or, you
Mm-hmm.
just conform to what society think. But working at Mac really opened my eyes to what true beauty is,
Yeah.
and to letting those unique things about people shine. People that didn't like their freckles, I'm like, we're not gonna recover those freckles. We're gonna put some face and body on you so your freckles can shine through.
Mm-hmm.
Or people that have big lips, they're like, I don't want to wear, red, our lips are too big. And I'm like, girl, we can already put this lip liner with this red lipstick and it's
Right.
gonna be bomb. Like Ruby
Mm-hmm.
Woo is gonna be popping on your full lips. And that's one thing I love about makeup, is that you are allowed to, like, just really make women feel beautiful. And a lot of the times, like the what is it, the what is that, the feature that really
Really don't like.
emphasize is
Yeah.
what people usually sometimes don't like about themselves.
Yeah. Because this time, what's that girl on like stuff, like when girls have like big ears and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What's that, like
Hadia.
Hadia
Yeah.
on Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
She got some little funny ears,
Mhm.
but to somebody that's probably super cute.
Yeah, but to her it looks, I feel like it goes with her look.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if I could imagine her with regular ears.
Yeah.
But and it's so funny you say, because then I think about like the Kardashians, and to each his own. If you got money to do the most simple stuff, do you, boo boo? That's the way I feel about it. And honestly, do you, whatever makes you happy. I just feel like people are getting permanent things done to their body, and then end up, because you can't tell me that Nicki Minaj is happy with them big old hips.
Because Nicki Minaj, that's why she covers it up a lot, because she's probably insecure, and it's crazy because she probably got it done out of insecurity.
Yep.
And now she's still insecure about it, and that's one of the things that even when I was in grad school, we talked about transgender people when they would get their assignment changed, their gender assignment changed or switched over. A lot of times they were no happier prior to changing over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's just,
yeah.
Sometimes that stuff is just,
and I think
you think that it's gonna make you happier, and then you still got to deal with other effects of it. Exactly. Just like what's her name, Get Bodied by Jay on Instagram, and she had to have at her butt implants or whatever removed, and now she got all that scarring and stuff that looks worse, and her butt was fine before she ever even got it. The extra stuff put in there, so
you just never know.
She had a cute little shape.
But it's like we always want what we don't have. We always look at somebody else and think what they have is better, and you really have to like search your soul, seek therapy sometimes before making these big decisions.
You know how I feel about it.
Well, I mean, I just
therapy.
Yeah, seek therapy before especially making a life-changing decision. Like, you're not going to be the same after that, and you will never be the same. And I think that's my biggest thing. Like, really make sure that it's the decision you want. Just because, a lot of these girls getting their tax money going straight to Miami, getting fake butts. And I'm like, do you really know what they put in your butt? Have you researched it? Do you understand?
What's the long-term
effects? Are you going to have to get this redone in 6 years? If so, are you going to have the means to do that? You know what I mean? Like, it's so many other factors that come into play with doing that. And people feel like, I can get my butt done and I ain't never got to work out. Like, no, you still have to keep that up, because that butt will drop. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it will.
And then it'll look even worse.
And that's the thing that I feel, the reason why, to me, sometimes cosmetic surgery is just real, it's kind of extra, because you get it done, but if you don't change your eating habits, if you don't change the way you do things, then you're still going to deal with something that you don't like about yourself, because, you might get your butt done, but your stomach get fat. You know what I'm saying? You got to, some squats would have sufficed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's all about what people, I don't know. And then it's like, you get this done for somebody else to want you, or because you think it's going to make you look more appealing to somebody. But I'm just like, the person that I want, that wants me, I want them to appeal to my mind. Like, I don't want them to like look at my body and be like, ooh, I want her with that body. But if I didn't have this big butt, you wouldn't be,
because
you
not gonna,
checking for me.
It's not gonna always be like it,
because
don't change.
Yeah, it's so superficial. It's not about the mental and like, I guess getting with somebody they said, you know what I'm saying, versus what they look like. So
yeah,
and
it's really for the attention of other people sometimes. But I mean, sometimes it's just how a person might deeply feel about themselves, or how they view what's pretty or not, and they feel like they don't measure up. But I don't know. I think the goal should be to get comfortable with yourself. And that's kind of how, even with working with young people, especially young girls, I'm always like building up their self esteem, because that's where they go to school and they'll be like, I don't look like the other girls are. It's cool not to look like everybody
Yeah.
else. You know what I mean? You're different, and that's
Yeah.
a good thing.
Yeah.
Embrace that.
Yeah.
But we but and then I think getting things done to yourself that are trendy,
Mm-hmm.
because you know how some people don't get like their eyebrows tattooed on a certain way, but eyebrows and what's hot as far as eyebrows have changed even over time. Used to be them little thin eyebrows back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Now it's more of a thicker shaped eyebrow.
Mm-hmm.
So
And I mean, I get it even with that so much. It's like, okay, you want maybe cutting out on less time, getting ready in the morning. So let me get my eyebrows done, microbladed, or let me get, the fake lashes on. But it's like,
but then some people ain't even got no lashes,
yeah,
because they done got lashes. They done they own lashes is gone. They
yeah,
have to have lashes
yeah,
now, because they've done all this stuff to their face for so long that they got like 3 pieces of hair on their eyelash now.
yeah.
I mean, on their eyes now.
And like I said, ain't nothing wrong with all of these things. It's just, I guess, about would you be happy if you were stripped of all those things?
Mm-hmm.
And how would you feel about yourself still?
Right.
Would you still go live? Would you still post a selfie?
Yeah.
You know?
No. But look, even if I've started trying to take more pictures of myself with no makeup or nothing on, to try to get comfortable with myself, because I will pick my own self apart. Mm-hmm. All the way down to and every picture's ugly. You know what I'm saying? As ugly. I was turned this way too sharp. This looks silly. My face looks fat right here. Like everything, I can just tear it all the way down to shreds. Mm-hmm. Every picture of myself. But then other people, and mm-hmm. sometimes I'll be like, God, I wish I saw myself the way other people see me. You know what I'm saying? I want to see myself through someone else's eyes, because sometimes I just see me as, I'm like, oh God.
But I think it's all it's just with time. Like, it's with time. It's something that you grow into, because we have all of these society and these norms and all of this that we see, these magazines and videos, and as growing up, that we like grab onto all these insecurities, and we develop all these insecurities. And then as you get older, you start to realize what matters. Mm-hmm. And you start to slowly but surely don't care what people think. Don't mm-hmm. care if you got me. I used to not even go into the Kroger without some foundation on, a concealer on my little spots that
mascara everywhere I went, and lip gloss.
Yeah, I could care less now. I will go in anywhere bare face. You know what I'm saying? Now my mama always did tell me cameras is rolling. Mm-hmm. So you never gonna catch me just out here looking a hot, complete mess. But
gotta stay on.
Yeah, but I mean but put together, but that doesn't mean actually like putting stuff on. Right. You know what I'm saying? Putting stuff on. It's just really like making sure you're groomed and can face the day, but you don't necessarily have to have a whole lot on cover up to feel like, you look good.
Right. And plus it's a lot of pressure to keep it up. If you like me how I am when I'm all done up, and I'm not like that all the time, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I wouldn't want to be with nobody who only liked me when I was mm-hmm. done up.
Mm-hmm. And it cracks me up too, because I be thinking
like me when I'm run down.
Well, that's the thing. It'd be like when I do run into Walgreens or something, to the gas station, somebody be trying to holler, and I feel like I look a hot, complete mess
every time.
And I'll be like, you sound like a fool. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, those are the people, I guess, that can look past, those are the guys that can look past all of that. You know what I'm saying? All the extra, and just kind of see your natural beauty and be like, dang.
Right. Because if I see you and she looks like that right now, mm-hmm. you know what I mean, and she ain't tried today, mm-hmm. then I know when she tries, she's probably a doll. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's probably how a guy's looking. Mm-hmm. I don't know if women necessarily feel that way. Look at a dude, he's busted. You like, you gonna have to catch me on a different day.
Girl, if he's dusty today, he's always dusty.
If he's dusty today,
but no, you can't say that, because honey, my little brother, like I say, as cute as he is, honey, be running around here his little dusty work boots on, but he knows how to clean it up. So it's definitely as you grow, and
work boots, dusty work boots is a different thing,
right? But then he might have been working in them dusty shoes. I think just as you get older, you should become less shallow, of course.
Yes.
And just become more mindful, you know what I'm saying, of what the situation could be,
Right.
or just, wanting to get to know somebody, not based off what they look like. And that's one thing I will say, honey, because speaking of Gucci and, even with the whole TI thing, it's like, that's one thing our culture has been big on. Like, they feel like they need the, even like the Gucci this and I'm like,
I'm so glad you brought that
up.
But
I'm like, look, if you look at people that have the most money, even people that used to come on my counter, so simple, so basic, men, guys that I meet to come and get their haircut. I mean, they have businesses, but got on some, a white man with some dusty New Balances on. You know what I'm saying? And, look like they peeling apart, but he don't care unless his big toe done popped out of there. He's fine because he got a big old pocket full of money.
Bit more than that, though.
Well, I mean, then again, he might have just come in from cleaning, doing his yard. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I think people are just like so set on what you got on, but it's not what's on you, it's what's in you.
That's
like
true.
For real. When it boils down to it.
Because I don't own a lot of name brand stuff, but particularly I don't like looking like everybody else. I don't want to have when all the girls was into the Miss Me jeans and all that different. Why would I want to walk into a place and have on the same type of jeans or the same everything that everybody else have? When you see everybody in the pink stuff, everybody's in the different the same jeans, the same the same everything. It's just like, why do you like when you look at, even when I see stuff on TV, there's definitely classical things that I want, classic pieces, that I want. But when I look at women, on just reality shows and different stuff like that, and I'm just seeing like all the weave, all the makeup, all the time, you know what I'm saying? It just seems like it's overkill.
Yeah. I mean, I get it for TV. Even,
it's like everybody got the same wigs, the same like you don't want to look different from the girl that's sitting next to you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just never have been one. I think I got my first check when I was 15 and I spent $125 in Dillard's on one Tommy outfit.
That the mannequin had on, probably.
Yeah. It wasn't even that it wasn't even that was out there, but at the same time, it was still out there. Like everybody had this stuff. But I was so mad that my whole check went to one outfit that I was like, never again. So like,
girl, you could take that 120 and
exactly,
went
to Target.
That's
but
it.
A lot of people, they don't even realize that they're copycats. Yeah. They think they're being individuals when they're really copycats. Like if they see a purse or if they see this, it's like they want whatever everybody else is wearing. Even when I got my North Face jacket, I was like, I didn't really want a North Face, but it was on sale for a price that I couldn't pass up. It was like $25, so I got it. But I only got it because it was the type of North Face I had never seen before.
Yeah, I
don't like having on the same thing as everybody else.
Exactly. I don't aspire to have what everybody else have. I'm not gonna go broke to have what other people have. Like I say, I like their unique pieces. I like stuff that I can mix and match with other stuff. I don't like sets.
You like key pieces.
Yeah, I like key pieces. I don't like outfits. I don't like labels. I don't like the C's and the G's and all of the print.
I've never liked all that stuff.
Now, I ain't gonna front though. Fendi do got some real cute prints out right now.
And I like Louis Vuitton purses.
Yeah,
but I don't like when they got letters, the big letters going all over it. Like it's why I love Banana Republic, because I mean that's a brand, but I like the way their clothes feel, the quality of them. I don't. Everybody in the world don't have to know that it's Banana Republic. I just like the way that it feels on my body.
And you can see,
I want to be in nice linens. You know what I mean?
Well, and
but I don't want to be
Banana Republic. Their clothes you're gonna have for years because they're never gonna shred.
They're not trendy either.
Yeah, and
they keep pieces.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's just funny, and then it's our society, and even which is a whole nother show. But just the way our finances, how we go broke to look like we got some money. Just based off of what other people think we should look like in the neighborhood. Though, you got 3 kids and you paying $200 per kid on some tennis shoes. But just think if you was putting that up a month,
girl. It's funny because I just what was it? Just bought Stefan some Paw Patrol light up shoes.
Did you?
I sure did.
I love it.
On Famous Footwear, and I sure did because he loves Paw Patrol. And I'm like, he's 2 years old. He dusts his shoes at daycare when they go outside to play.
But
You hear
some
me?
people be like, my kid ain't about to wear no Paw
Girl,
Patrol
he's gonna be
shoes.
wearing them, and he's gonna be wearing his little champion tennis shoes. I got to pay
But
less on sale because he's not going to dog his good stuff while he's at daycare.
Yeah, and then but for me, it's like, how is it you would be ashamed that your child has on like Paw Patrol tennis shoes, but you're not ashamed about like living in the project, being broke, or being, like, how is it that's where I think our pride in things is misplaced.
In priorities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we take pride in things that are really not that important.
Exactly. Or you have on, Miss Me Jeans, True Religion. When I tell you, I ain't never cared about True Religion, and I am so over it. But you got on True Religion, but you don't have no curtains in your house or no furniture.
Yeah. Or you got on True Religion, but you don't have no spirituality.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
Nah, but it's just misplaced. It's just the things that we think we should have to make us feel good, but really, like, going broke over tennis shoes are different things. Like that. It doesn't make you feel good.
Girl, people
keep you in a bad place.
Yeah, but people stand in line at these shoe stores to get Jordans, but then get on a Target.
Yeah. Well, and then so when it comes to the Target projects, all that stuff, I don't really have no issues about it because we live in a place where, like, even the Target, we have a great bus line system here.
You're right.
I live in New Albany, so I might see a Target once every 24 hours or something. You can't really get anywhere around there on a bus. So honestly, living in Louisville, it would be more practical not to have a car because of gas, and you think about a car payment, the insurance. Gas, the insurance, like you paying a mortgage just to ride to work. But I don't know. It's just misplaced priorities.
Yeah, I mean, I guess just with me, I just don't see myself paying $200 for a pair of shoes when it's gonna be another pair out in another week or two, and then those are old.
Yeah, especially the keeping up with the Joneses type thing. When you really trying to, if I pay $200, and I will pay $200 for some shoes, like some leather boots, or something that I'm gonna have for a long time.
Yeah, something that's gonna be like you said, classic. It's not trendy. Something that you can wear 5 years from now. Are good quality, and they make it through a couple winters. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but what we think looks nice a lot of times comes from media.
Yeah.
And the way that media portrays Black people in particular, as far as that's what you're seeing, the labels, all the different stuff that we think that we be looking acceptable.
And then even too, I mean, I guess even with like the whole Gucci thing, like I'm making such a big deal about it, it's like a lot of these companies that people are buying into, and a lot of us Black people, like we buy in a lot of these products or these brands that don't respect us as a people. They don't really, they don't really want us wearing their stuff anyway.
I have mixed views. I think I have mixed feelings about it. Like, blatantly, I understand the boycott and stuff, but at the same time, we are buying a lot of stuff, benefiting from a lot of stuff that is made by people who do not like us.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
So, but I'm saying people who don't like us that we don't know. We don't even know how they feel about us, but they don't like us. Until something comes up in the media or something like that, then you really don't know. And then when you do know, it still don't change it. This thing with Gucci, this went on with Tommy a long time ago. And guess what's back in style? Tommy. You seeing Black people rocking Tommy left and right. So and I think this is this fake Black rage that gets on my nerves anyway, where things just only last for a week or two, and then we back to whatever. And that's why nobody takes us serious, our issues serious.
Yeah, I think more than anything, if everybody wants to be so conscious, so woke, let me tell you right now, honey, let me find out Target is racist.
But Target did have an issue. You remember when that new version of Annie came out with Jamie Foxx, when they put Annie clothing, they put some clothing that was specific to that movie in their stores, and they used the white Annie instead of the Black Annie that had made Annie popular again. And so there was like an issue maybe about when did it come out? About 2 or 3 years ago, maybe. It's been a while. But I just remember that being something. But I still go to Target.
Yeah.
because I think also as Black people, we are super sensitive to anything that even feels like a little bit racist, and rightly so.
Yeah.
But
well, you know, I'm gonna tell you right now too. Another thing, I mean, when H&M put like the little black boy with the monkey shirt on, I mean, I don't know. I didn't get this worked up with that because I'm just feeling like I put little monkey stuff on Stefan all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess the fact that they use him as the monkey ad, but I'm just like, you know, they have like cute little, you know.
But it's who's doing it, because you gotta think. I had a situation happen to me in a store, in the mall. My son was running around and jumping around and he really was jumping around. And this lady was like, "Well, isn't he quite the little monkey?" I'm like, bitch, I will rock you in this store. Right. But I didn't even, and that was just based off of the historical,
right,
those old feelings, those triggers that happen.
Right.
As Black people, we have triggers that's related to generational trauma. Yeah. And so, yeah, like what are you saying, lady?
Right.
You know what I mean? And in that moment, she probably felt very uncomfortable because it was probably an innocent thing to her. She probably wasn't referring to him as like a black monkey or a nigga or nothing. Yeah. She just, it's just that she was just like, oh, he's jumping around like a monkey. That's probably, you know, monkeys jump around. But yeah, I wasn't trying to hear it.
Yeah, that's so, what's that? Charlemagne in his book, he was talking about how I guess he went in an interview and it was a white guy, whatever, interviewing him. He's like, so he's like, boy, you've really been, you know, doing something out here, you know, getting. He was like, boy, you know, in his mind, he's thinking like, boy, you got me mad. But then
my brother lost his whole job at MSD over his boss calling him boy.
But see, and that's the thing, like with you saying that, he was like, he's like, I don't know. He's like in his mind, he's like, should I jump to conclusions? He didn't say anything. And when the interview was over, he was like, you know, he ended up, you know, meeting the guy out in the hallway by the elevator, or I guess it was a lady at the interview at the elevator when he was walking up, standing by that guy. And the guy was like, boy, it's such a nice day outside, talking to the woman. Mm-hmm. So he wasn't really calling him a boy. He just used his boy as like a figure of speech. Exactly. Yeah. So he's like, well, what if I had jumped to conclusions? I would have been looking.
I certainly looked like the lunatic in the mall that day.
Yeah.
Because I had checked one too. And I didn't even realize until later that she might not even deserve to be, you know, checked in that way.
Well, at this point,
but at the same time, to me, you got to let people know too, culturally, it's just certain stuff you're not going to be able to say.
Well, honey, if she didn't know, she learned that day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just, you know, but back to even with just the way we feel like we have to look, period.
Yeah.
It's just a whole lot of things that I mind. I wonder how much time, especially as Black women, I wonder how much money we probably spend a month when you getting your lashes done. You buying $500-$600 wigs, makeup, eyebrows. I mean, you should. We should be living different if we can spend that kind of money on just the way we look.
Yeah.
As a society.
Yeah, that's the truth. And it's funny because when I meet older women, they come in and, you know, they get their hair cut off, or they, you know, they're like, I don't care about hair anymore. And then, you know, people, it's just like almost like a lot of the times, I mean, there are some women that's flashy fly, of course, but I meet a lot of women who are very minimal. And I think the older I've gotten, I'm very simplistic. Yeah. Like, I don't care about having big gaudy this and big gaudy that. Like, I like, you know, a simple pair of diamond earrings. I like a simple, like, I don't have to have a whole lot of, you know, big, because I care for the more simple things. You know, like I say, you know, less is more, and it really is.
It is, and then and it's less upkeep. I mean, and then when you look at even women, sometimes even when I'm watching, like, if I watch Love and Hip Hop or something, and it just be weird because, like, say for instance, you see a guy who cross dresses, or he's like identifies as a woman, or he wants to like a woman. It seems like the women end up looking like he's trying to look like us, and then the women end up looking like they in drag. It's just a weird thing.
But just like we talked about that when we were talking about the, you know, they try and look like us, we try and look like them. And when I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, white people, you know, or the people, like the whole culture, how it has changed, you know, with the Kardashian, you know, influence, and, you know, they won't look like us, but, you know, we've always wanted straight hair.
Well,
you know?
I think with us, it was that standard of beauty, a European standard of beauty was, we had to do that. We had to do that to get accepted, so that we can get certain jobs, so that we can become part of society in a way where we can be productive. And so now everything in me goes against that. Like, I want, you know, I rarely straighten my hair. I want, and I do like my hair straight, but I rarely do it because I don't want anyone to feel like I'm not proud of what I already have, but some people got straight hair and they want curly hair, but we've done that to assimilate and acculturate.
Yeah.
We've had to do that. And I think that's probably why we can be so weird as a people, because we all so different, all trying to fit into this society that doesn't really accept us anyway, half the time. Yeah. So
at the end of the day, honey, you just
be yourself.
A nigga with straight hair. Either way, you still the black girl of the office, whether you got straight hair, straight weave, or you decide to wear your fro. Like they still gonna look at you the same.
Yeah.
So at this point, you just need to, accept it and roll with it. But I think the biggest thing is, instilling in our girls, and my mother, she always wanted to open a charm school. And I love that. I loved that about her, because she was just, kind of, like I say, kind of almost who I've become. Just every person she met with, she always left them with some sort of gem, dropped something on them, from whatever it is that they was going through, whether it was a boyfriend situation, whether it was dealing with their mother, whether it was dealing with their own insecurities, or their baby daddy, or their husband, their kids. It was like, I love the wisdom that my mother, because I feel like there are certain things that, situations I come across, and God just gives me information or makes me think of something that I can share with a person that may help them with what they're going through. And I think that's really just what life's all about.
I think that's when you kind of starting to walk in the purpose of who you are as a person, that you start to care more about. If that's your purpose and mission in life, you care more about people, and you want to see them succeed in whatever way and help them grow in whatever way you can.
And just being kind. I mean, just really like being kind. You never know just what a kind word can do to change a person's day, change their week.
Yeah.
And it's like a little guy came in, got his haircut today, and he's somebody, he's only child. And we were just having a conversation. Something he said, something, so he was checking out. He's like, something. He's like, I said, he's like, because they, treat me like, and I was like, 'cause you're special. And he's like, no, I'm not. And I'm like, yes, you are special. He's like, no, I'm not. He was just like, almost like he was enjoying me telling him he was special, but he kept saying, no, I'm not.
So you can say it over again.
Exactly. I'm like, when's the last time I told him he was special? You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes it's just those little, encouraging words or those compliments that people
compliment people a lot.
I'm telling you.
I'll be like, oh, your eyes are pretty. You look nice today. Whatever. Just try to make them feel good. And not even that I'm trying to. What I'm saying is true. I feel like they do look pretty. Yeah. I'm not going to tell nobody who ain't looking pretty they looking pretty just because.
Yeah, but a confident woman has no problem telling somebody else what they think is pretty about them. And I love meeting
women like that, because I done met girls like that where they come up to you like, girl, you look a doll. Yeah. And I don't even know them. And I'd be like, well, thank you. Appreciate it. I guess I'm flexing.
Well, did you watch The Man to Still Stand Up? I need to watch it again, because I didn't get to really
yes,
watch
I watched it. But you know how I feel about her since she blocked me on Instagram.
I told you better follow her from the Tiddy Pow page.
Yeah, she blocked me because I got with her about the way she was treating her people. But I don't like bullying. And so I feel like she was being nasty to her fans, and the person was on her side about something, and she took it the wrong way.
We ain't talking about that part right now.
That's all right. We just brought up, and it was a trigger. I know. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still mad at because I like her, and I want her to unblock me.
Yes. She don't have to unblock you. Follow from the Tiddy Pow page. Honey.
You right. I'm about to go to I forgot about that. I'm sure
it ain't that serious.
I miss her.
But when she was saying that, like black women, we have taken compliments to a whole new level. She's like, we can compliment y'all with just, looking at the first thing we see I got on, like, okay, polka dots.
Right.
But it's so true. Like, and that will boost up somebody's, confidence, because they thought they was killing their polka dots. But you saying that just solidified that they really did make a good choice with the polka dots, and they doing it.
Yeah.
And I mean, at this day and age, like I say, honey, love is my religion, and love is the answer, and being kind and all of that.
Love being your religion.
That's it. I mean, like, because people are always like, well, what are you a Christian? And I'm like, I choose to love people. And I feel like if you love people, and this is getting on a whole different topic, but if you love people, like, and are genuinely good to people and want to be kind to people, then how can you go wrong wherever our final destination is, or wherever it leads from here? Because nobody really knows. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really all you can do. And that's just with me. Like, give people love and show love towards people. And you never know, a kind word, that's a form of showing love.
Most definitely.
Or even like I say, my mom always said, be a lady's lady. If you see a girl walking around and she got her tag sticking out or her slip is showing, like let her know, like, hey girl, don't do that. Or her edge control is flaking up. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, like, let her know, honey. I ain't gonna say go up to her and give her a little thumb lick and wipe it off.
I don't do that.
But let her know, because you don't ever want to see your sister slipping. Or think it's something to laugh about, to joke about, because what does that really do for you?
But I think it goes along with that on social media, like fixing a woman's crown without letting the world know it's crooked.
Yeah.
Just being able to help somebody out when they looking,
be a lady's
but
lady.
You have to be able to do it with tact too, because some people don't take that kind of stuff well. And I say, when people like they zipper be unzipped and like people don't want to say anything, like just tell them they zipper unzipping, like just tell them they ain't together right now for whatever reason.
And then pull on blast.
It ain't what you do, it's how you do it.
It's how you do it. And people can tell when you're being genuine, or versus when you're trying to be funny or trying to be shady. And but just going back to the whole beauty thing, it's definitely, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and everything is beautiful. Everything is beautiful. It's
in somebody's eyes.
Mm-hmm. And you can find the beauty in everything.
But I think it goes to that intrinsic value, just understanding that you're very valuable no matter what you look like on the outside, that it really is in you how valuable you are, has everything to do with who you are. To yourself and to other people.
And I look at and that's why it's not really about what you look, but it's not what's on you, it's what's in you. Because I think I'll be seeing those little stories, even like people who maybe was in a car accident or in a fire or something, and their face was burned or disfigured because of a certain situation like that, and how their partner is like, well, that don't matter, because this is the person I fell in love. I fell in love with their heart, not the way they look. And that's when it goes to, like, it's all superficial. Like, beauty is skin deep. It's so true, because you can be the most prettiest girl with an ugly heart.
Have you met them?
I definitely I used to be one of them. I mean, and not really with an ugly heart, but like a mean kind of not really well, you could say a mean girl. I guess depending on depending on who you ask, and that's what it is. I just and that's okay. But you also sometimes have to go through things to shift how you feel. Or like I say, me working for a cosmetic company for MAC had me become deal with all these different type of people from different walks of life, and hearing their stories, sharing experiences with them. Connecting with people makes you realize that it's not like, it's really about your heart. It's really about what's in you, not about what's on the outside, because anything can happen in a blink of an eye and you can change. Like, you can look totally different, or what you thought you were looking so fly about, can definitely be gone in an instant.
Yeah, it can.
Yeah.
But, and even when people get those, have those, types of injuries and stuff, and they want to get their face done, I understand that but it's just when people want to change things about themselves that was never somebody, like women, they want to get breast implants or whatever, it's fine, but like you said, like, what's going to happen over time? How's that going to affect you? So,
and then everything in moderation. I mean, I feel like there's a way to do things tastefully. I see these butts that are ridiculous, and I'm just like, girl, that looks stupid and stinky. But the way I look about it is
stupid and stinky.
But if that floats your boat, if you're really, I think I just look at, are you really happy with yourself?
Right. You just want to, if you want to walk around looking funky and you happy about it, then ain't nothing wrong with it.
Girl, and if you found somebody that loves it, then wonderful for you. You know what I'm saying? But I just think that it definitely goes skin deep, and I look at things more mental and psychological now when I see that, and I'm like, what, girls that get their lips real plumped up, and it just looks, to me, a lot of it, when you go overboard, it's like, it does not look better to me. It just looks like you've had work done.
It's like Lil' Kim. It seemed like Lil' Kim, her face was soft and pretty, from the get-go, and then she surgeon or something, because her face, I mean, she started to look almost like a I can't.
Catfish.
I don't even know what she looked
She
like.
like a
Like it's just hard,
catfish.
and even her body, like she just looks botched in
Yeah,
a lot of
definitely
ways. And
botched.
she always was raw as an
Hmm.
artist, and she was pretty before she ever got anything done. It's just like in my mind, I want to be like, sad that what you look like right now is just not good enough. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Because she
Like
couldn't possibly be happy with what she sees in the mirror right now.
she
She just
can't
got to deal
possibly
with
be.
it.
Even did Pepper from Salt and Pepper have some work done? Because her
Definitely.
face is looking kind of weird
Hmm.
too.
Yeah.
Um,
They all do that. Whatever them.
yeah. What are they
And I
doing
don't
it
understand the
for?
fillers. Like as Black women, we naturally
We
usually
have
have a lot more collagen in our skin and nice plump, pretty features.
yeah. I
Why
don't
do
know
y'all
who
fit
they
the
hanging
melanin?
with.
Why? Well, Hollywood.
Yeah,
It's Hollywood. But why do you feel like you need to inject stuff in your skin to make you look more full? To me, honey, I'm trying to take the fullness out.
girl.
Honey, I'm trying to get slim and trim. I'm not trying to add nothing else in there that's gonna make me look full. But
They
to
want
each
them
his
big old
own.
cheeks.
They want them. I don't understand the
I
big
don't
old cheeks.
understand the big old cheeks either.
I don't either. But to each his own.
Yeah.
As long as you're happy about what it is, and that's the biggest thing that it boils down to.
Mhm.
Whatever changes that you make, just make sure you're being safe. A lot of the times, even when you think about Kanye's mother, and that's what scares me. Because
Doing
honey,
your
I'm
research.
still do your research, but I'm still getting a tummy tuck. But I think with her thing was she went against doctor's orders. They told her that she shouldn't do it, and that's why she went to another country and got it done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
that was
didn't know that was the story,
I
the
seen.
background information about that.
Yeah, I watched her story, and because she was already like on some blood pressure medicine or heart medicine or something, they was like that
Oh.
procedure wouldn't have been good because what they were going to give you with that procedure, it was going to,
Mhm.
I guess, counteract, go against what she was already on her medication, and so she went to another country and got it done.
It's so sad.
It is so sad, but that's the thing.
Just to change the way you look.
But then you're not even here,
Right.
and that's what I'm saying. And when you're a mother and you have children, and not even if you're not, even if you're just not a mother, if whoever you are, like if something happens to you because of a choice or decision you made when it comes to enhancing how you look, just think about if it goes wrong and God forbid worst comes to worst and you pass away because of making this choice, like the people that you leave behind that are gonna miss you,
Right.
and that loved you regardless of how you looked.
Yeah, I wonder what over time, like with Tiny, when she got her eyes colored, like I wonder how what are the effects of that? Because I feel like that was the first time I had ever seen somebody get their eyes colored. Except on the jail documentaries when you see them dudes be getting their eyeballs tattooed or whatever. But seeing her eyes colored from another country and seeing she went over and got her eyes done. So I'm like, I wonder what that's going to look like, or, 25, 30 years from now, and if she's going to have any complications from it.
Yeah, and I think it's just the biggest risk you take when doing stuff like that. It's like, what is it going to do? How's it going to turn out years down the road? And how are you going to feel about it, years down the road? Because big butts are
in. I think she got her butt done too.
Girl.
And she gets served on a regular when the Shade Room posts up a picture of her. So,
but I mean, I'm sure at this point she's so confident in her mind to where she's just like, whatever.
But I wonder, is she? You know what I mean? Because she done went through a lot for herself to look a certain way, and then you still getting rolled out. Like it's just,
but you can't make everybody happy. At the end of the day, honey, her man is still with her, so obviously he loves it, and that's the only person she should be.
He's still with her or not? What's going on,
girl? He's still with himself. She's with him. Let's just say
okay.
But that's a whole nother topic that we'll talk about.
Talk about that on another. I got a lot to say about that.
Hey, that's a whole nother conversation. But we'll talk about that in future conversations.
Yeah, let's leave that topic alone.
But I mean, there's so much we can say about this, and there probably will be a part 2 somewhere down the road. Yeah. Maybe not right now.
Yeah, we need to bring somebody on who done got some work done and see what they if they had any issues or whatever, or if they feel any different, about where they at now. But I believe that most people would make a decision if they were to take time to explore their feelings about themselves.
Yeah, and I feel like before anyone does something like that, you should seek therapy, because sometimes having someone else to talk to that does not know you can give you some better insight on maybe why you're doing what you're doing, or if this is the best decision right now, if you should take, try other options, or, do other things, or just take time before you make this big decision, because people, like I say, want instant satisfaction these days. So people do things just off the whim without really thinking about what it's going to be like 5-10 years down the road.
Yeah. Do your research.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, thank y'all for joining us today here on the Tiddy Pow Wow. It has been a great conversation. And we look forward to you guys joining us again. And please subscribe. Please subscribe. And if you need to reach us, we can be found on Instagram at the Tiddy Pow Wow. We also have an email address, the tittypowwow at gmail. If you'd like to email us any topic suggestions or any stories.
And share with other people. I mean, tell people about the Tiddy Pow Wow. I'd like this to be something that, people kind of get their girls together and, have a little tea, whatever it is that you indulge in, a little,
whatever.
Treat first, whatever, and enjoy the conversation and keep it going.
See what we hollering about.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Talk to y'all next week.
It's going down. It's going down. It's going down on the Tiddy Pow Wow. It's going down. It's going down. It's going down on the Tiddy Pow Wow. It's going down. It's going down. It's going down on the Tiddy Pow Wow.